Alright, time for Inktober number 4, and this time it is Sailor Moon in her pajamas. And right before we hop into this video, I'm just going to be bluntly honest and say this was my least inspired drawing. Like when I was drawing it, and even when I was coloring it, you can tell that I'm not really into it at all, like getting involved. I liked the concept of it. I loved that, but it just wasn't to my vision. I wanted it to be, it wasn't how I wanted it in my brain, like on paper. And when I was coming up with the prompts to draw for my Inktober, because I'm coming up with ideas, I have to come up with 31 different drawing ideas, and I wanted them all to be different. And I just put this one down. I'm like, oh, well, Sailor Moon. I'll draw Sailor Moon. But I didn't want to draw Sailor Moon in her uniform because I feel like that's such an overused idea. I'm like, well, I want to do something. I'll do the, this drawing in her pajamas. And she wear these really, like, very oversized pink pajamas. And I'm like, oh, that would be really cute. And so I decided to draw her in her pajamas and like fixing her hair. And I wanted to be extra curly and do it in my style of how I see her. Yeah, the concept was better in my head rather than me putting it on paper. And after I finished the sketch, I was like, I didn't want to erase it. I was just like, you know what, this is it. I'm done. I'm going to color it the best I can. Sure. But I just wanted to do something different, and it's going to happen. You're going to have those days in Inktober where you're just like, wow, I wish this turned out better than what I wanted, and it didn't. Again, I guess that whole thing, oh, you're your worst critic, that's very possibly true in this situation. But I was just like, I don't like it. But yeah, hopefully I don't get other Inktober pictures where I'm just totally not inspired at all to finish or continue. I wish another thing when I started coloring, like I said in my last video, I wanted to do like a week 1 all cool grays, week 2 all orange, week 3 red, week 4 brown, and so I'm like, oh, I'm going to keep this theme for this week is all the cool grays. And I wish I just did like all like dark purples or even like reds starting this week, just because of this one picture. I was so frustrated because I wanted her to have that, her pink pajamas, and that's what I loved about it. And then it turned out looking really blah with the colors, and like at this point when I'm coloring in her pajamas, I was so sad. I was just like, oh, I wish I would have done pink or just used pink hues. But I was so like determined to stay with the aesthetic, like, oh, well, week 1's going to be cool grays and I don't want to change it because I'm going to ruin the whole theme. And I ruined it, and I was sad, and I didn't like it, and I'm like, dang it, I know I would have loved this picture even more if I just used pinks or purples or reds or something. It was really sad, and I wanted to change it, but I can't. So I'm like, oh, well, how about this? How about I make this it pop a little bit more? So I went ahead and I outlined it, and I thought, well, this will help my very dull looking, shading, crappy looking picture look a little, better rather than haphazardly done, because it was very haphazardly done. I'm not even going to lie. And it's just, meh. And then I didn't like how there was those random openings in the coloring, and I was just like, I'm just going to go ahead and fill those in with black, and you'll see soon. And then I also tried to outline the black outline with a thin white outline to make it pop even more, but then my again my white gel pen died on me, and it's like, no, I'm not gonna work for you today, which I get a lot of those days. And then I'm like, okay, well, then I'm going to do some texture in the back. But even though I just bought these Copics, it still didn't put down the amount of ink that I wanted. I went too fast. I should have went a little slower, but it looks very chalky and haphazardly done. And you'll see right here, like I'm like, oh, I want this to do like these sketch lines. That was my idea, and then it came out looking very odd. And I didn't even think, because of my stupid, brain, like, oh, this will look cool. I guess it looks kind of cool, but not for Sailor Moon. And but at the end, I was like, well, this is it. This is what I got. But anyway, but my next picture, I'm super excited to color, and you'll see soon. So stay tuned. Bye, guys.